I'll say it for both of you guys. They don't remember, guys, and slightly, highly politely, they don't give a fuck.
Everybody go. Everybody go. Everybody go. Everybody go. Everybody go. Everybody go. Everybody go.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Happy Tuesday. So sorry I'm not looking at you guys. I forgot to add in the contestants to my questionnaire, so I'm just pulling it up right fast. And I got it. What's going on, y'all? What's the tea? What's the tea? My name is Oliver Twixt, your nerd boy cutie, always reporting for duty, here to do the Lord's work. What? Once again! And today we are blessed, privileged. God is smiling down on us, whoever you pray to. Buddha, Confucius, the leaves, the elders, the source of all evil, the avatars. Listen, we have Norelle from Cycle 3 of America's Next Top Model, who is coming into the classroom to tell her story, her take, her memories, all the things, other things on Cycle 3 of America's Next Top Model. We only have her for an hour, so I'm going to try to get through this as quickly as possible so I can get questions answered. And right now, I'm bringing her on. Ooh!
Hi.
Narelle, you don't look oh my God, you look so beautiful.
Thank you. I've never done a live. I'm just seeing the comments. How do I get so I can I see myself or?
You can't see yourself right now?
No, I can, it's fine? Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing A-okay today. I cannot complain too much. Can you hear me?
Hi, Anne.
Is Anne in the building?
Yeah.
Anne, what's the tea, girl?
I told her not to come on, but she did.
I love Anne. Her chat is still one of my personal faves. I just listen to it just to hear the shit come out of her mouth because she's she's so funny. But today is all about you. Listen, everyone has been blowing up all of my social media because they are so excited to see you. I didn't know you were like such a huge, humongous fan fave like that. Like everyone's like, oh my God, Norella's in the classroom, Norella's in the classroom. So like, how does that feel?
Oh, sweet. I guess I didn't realize either. It's so nice.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really talked about it, and I have been a little quieter about it.
Mm-hmm.
Not for any particular reason, but it's so nice.
Mm-hmm.
I think I just maybe like wasn't so self-aware at the time. And now
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's so big now. I feel like if I was on the show today, I could be like, swipe up. But now, we missed the time.
Yes. So listen, we don't have a lot of time, so okay. I'm going to jump right into it with you. Tell us, what made you audition for America's Next Top Model Cycle 3?
I never seen the show before.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to work at Nordstrom's, and everyone was like, oh my God, you have to do the show. You have to do the show. And I was like, what? No. And me and my best friend just randomly went online, and the auditions were in LA, and we're like, okay, let's just go. And I was like filling out the paperwork in the car, stood in line for 12 hours, sweaty, hot mess, just so gross. And it just worked out.
Nice. So you only auditioned one time?
Yes, we went to the audition in LA, and then I think it was like a month or two, we got like a call back where we went to another form of casting. And then from there we went to New York. I don't know if I've only watched the show one time. So
I bet.
So I don't know if I think they did show it. Then we went to New York, and then they picked the top girls to do so it was one audition, and then they did like mental evaluation and blah, blah, blah.
Yes. Okay. So I do this thing in every chat called A&T and Roll Call where I name everyone who was on your cycle and you tell me the first thing that comes to your brain.
Okay.
Are you ready? So the first thing I have is Magdalena. She was the first girl out.
Forgettable. Is that mean? I just don't remember that much about Magdalena.
Okay. The next one I have is Leah.
Plain.
Okay. Any memories about them? Feel free to add more things. Like if you want to add a fun story,
no,
or you know.
Everyone on my season, I feel like, was super sweet. I honestly think that Magdalena was very sweet. I just don't remember a lot about her. And Leah also was. Leah went. Have you seen her lately? She's completely on the other. She's really different now. But she was very like sweet, like a collar, like a Abercrombie type, you know, just very plain.
Gotcha. Okay.
Just plain.
What is she doing now?
She has like 6 kids. She is really Catholic, very into her religion. She has 6 kids. She's just a lot. I don't know.
Gotcha. Okay. The next name on the list is Julie.
Julie was sweet. I liked Julie. I thought Julie was fun. I don't know. I thought she was fine.
How did you feel when you guys were in panel and they asked her why she wanted to be there and she was like, because she wanted to open up a factory? I was like, girl, why would you say that?
Clothing manufacturing? I don't believe that to be true. I think maybe she was like put on the spot and she was nervous. I feel like when you're not prepped for what you're doing, there's no like, you're kind of just thrown into it. So I feel like, does she want to manufacture clothing? No, but maybe she wanted to sound like she was interested in fashion for some reason.
Oh.
No, on the spot. So I don't think she really meant that. And I don't think she didn't want to be a model. I think that she was put on the spot and that's just what came out of her mouth.
Dope. Thank you for that. The next person on the list is Christy.
Oh, I loved Christy. Christy was sweet. She was very nice. Really, really nice. She was really sweet. You're not to the good ones yet. These are all like boring.
All right, the next person is Jennifer. Jennifer Frost.
Okay, I love Jennifer. Jennifer looks good right now too. And she has like a football player husband. Jennifer was good. Jennifer was like a little bit more feisty. She was really sweet too. Is that boring? If sweet, boring.
No, I mean, this is your story. We're just enjoying you telling it. The next person is Kelle.
Kelle would make me feel uncomfortable. She's like judgy. I feel like she was, you know, she had that reputation, and I don't want to be politically incorrect or offend anyone, but she had like that, that whitewashed, you know, she would be like, do you remember her saying that in the show? She said something like, I don't want to misquote her or offend anyone, but she said something about like, she's like a whitewashed version or something, but she worked in an art gallery, I think, and she was very snooty. She was very snooty, so she always made me feel uncomfortable, like she was so judgy. Beautiful. She's very pretty. I will give her that. She's very pretty, but she didn't put off the best energy.
What did you think about her treatment on the show where like it seemed like the judges were very critical of her?
I don't know. I didn't feel like her and Pate, I mean, they were critical of me. I feel like they were critical of everyone. I don't feel any different that they were like worse to her or whatever. She's naturally very pretty. And maybe she's not used to criticism, so maybe it seemed more like they were being harder on her, but they weren't nice to me. They weren't nice to anyone.
Gotcha. Okay. The next person on the list is Cassie.
Cassie, poor Cassie. I think Cassie's really pretty too. I mean, it's so interesting, the girls that they cast too. Like, right? I don't know. Cassie's also very pretty, but like, is she typical model body type? No. And was she super, super sensitive? Yes. And did any of us know that there was any sort of eating disorder? No. But she was super, super hypersensitive. I don't know if it was like the best environment for her.
Gotcha.
But I really wasn't, like, when we did the show, I feel like I really wasn't close to that many people other than Anne and Eva. There's like Christy, yes, I was close to her. I feel like Nicole, yes, I was close to her. Anne and Eva, and Takara, I love Takara. But it's really hard to say, and it's really hard to remember, like, exactly how it was. But
Anne is down in the comments misbehaving.
I know.
The next person on the list is Takara Jones, the fabulous Takara Jones.
Where is Takara? I haven't seen her. I love Takara. Takara was fabulous. She was sweet. She was bubbly. She was loud. She was confident. Takara was A+. Perfect casting. Perfect for the show. Takara was good.
She just had a show with the Shade Room where she was hosting a modeling competition, I believe, for plus-size girls, and it just ended not too long ago.
Yeah, Takara, yes. She's A+. I love Takara.
Yes. Were you shocked to see her go home at the time she did?
Yes. I think she would have made it a little further. I would have top 3 for her, but I was shocked.
The next person is Nicole.
I like Nicole.
Me too.
I liked Nicole. Nicole also was not, there was actually interesting casting in LA. When we were like doing our like mental evaluation, we had some interviews and like whatever before we went to New York. We were kind of talking about like who we thought was going to get on the show and who wasn't. And I told her she wasn't going to get on the show. So I just didn't think so. She had like that skater girl vibe, you know? Just, I guess I was basing it off of like typical model look. So we were talking about it and I was like, I don't think so.
Well, that idea kind of reared its ugly head a little later on in the cycle, but I'll ask you about that when the time comes. The next person on the list is Anne.
Oh, Anne. She was my biggest competition. She was
Clearly.
the one I was scared of because we were so similar. Both tall, both brunette, both with green eyes. She definitely has a bigger personality than I do. She's definitely more feisty than I am. So Anne, I love her. She's my BFF ever. But she was, I was nervous with Anne.
Okay.
For the two, we're the most similar, like looking.
I can see that.
Both tall, brunette, you know.
Next person on the list is Amanda.
Amanda, me and Anne were just talking about this. I'm so confused with Amanda. So at first, like, first impression was like first impression, if I'm being honest, was a no. No. I didn't think she was going to get on the show either. She did look pretty in her pictures, but like just based off seeing her in person, no way. And then there was a sob story about her going blind, right? But then I'm like, me and Anne were just talking last night. We're like, is she blind yet? Was that for reals? Is that made up? Like, is she really blind? Is she going blind? Is she blind? Did you interview her?
I did interview her. Her and I have a great relationship.
Is she blind?
So her explanation to me, and she's posted photos of this, is that, and I'm kind of paraphrasing how she's explaining it just by my memory. Let's just say you and I have, this is 100%, and I can see, my whole eye can see everything. Hers is like at a 9%, and she posts photos on what we see versus what she sees. So legally, by legal definition, she is blind. Now she can see things close up, and it has to be like, you know, big, but I just think her
wear glasses or
her field is more closed, and she can't see everything. She can only see like a dot, something like that.
Okay, that's just me being really mean and rude too. Is that when I first did see her, I was like, no. But they're obviously, you know, they cast all types of people and not typically what you think. My mind is just very like model-esque. So what I was thinking they were casting like wasn't what they were casting. And even like as the seasons went on, maybe not the first 5, but after that it's all personality. I feel like it's much physicality, where I feel like it in 1 through 5 more physicality. So with Amanda, I was like, no, I wasn't sure. Amanda was a little weird. She was a little weird with her crystals and her, like, you know, she was just a little different.
Not even after they dyed her hair blonde.
Yes, I think in photographs, yes, but she's not that tall. She's not that tall, so it's like realistic. But she did photograph well.
Gotcha. Okay. The next person on the list is Yaya.
Yaya was hard too. She's hard to read. She's very private. I don't think she was very interested in making relationships, or it didn't seem that way. Very direct. She's all business. You could probably guess that. Yaya was nice to me. She was nice to me, but she was hard to get close to. She wasn't like, her energy was closed off. Like she was uninterested almost. She was not interested, and she was there to work, you know?
Okay. Next and last but not least, Eva the Diva.
Eva. I like Eva. Eva was fun. Eva was fun. She was spunky. She was fun. Did we have our moments? Yeah, like she hurt my feelings. She included me though. She, you know, we had a room together. She was nice. She was inclusive. I did feel like we were friends. We haven't kept contact. But I mean, obviously it is a competition. She said some things that obviously hurt my feelings, but before that, prior to that, I felt like we were friends. You know, she was also like a little short, which, you know, I don't know, but she had the attitude and the hair and the style, and it's, you know, sometimes it's personality.
Have you spoken to her since cycle 3?
I think maybe we have DM'd like a few times, but nothing major. Maybe I think I did congratulate her on Housewives. That was a while ago, but we haven't really. And the only person I really talked to is Anne.
Gotcha. Okay. The next person on our list is Mr. J. Manuel.
I love him. I loved him. He was so good. He was, I always question though. I'm like, did he like me? Did he not like me? Like, he definitely had his favorites. And so I don't know that he really cared for me ever. I feel like I really liked him, but I don't know that he really liked me.
Gotcha. Well, since you and Anne are BFFs and he and Anne are BFFs, do you guys have like a throuple BFF situation going on?
I actually would love to see him again. I haven't, and I would love to BFF it, but Anne has seen him and Anne sees him, and I think they're still really close, but I have not been invited.
Anne, can we make this happen, please?
Oh, she can make it happen.
Right. The next person on the list is Miss J. Alexander.
I love him. I do feel like he liked me. I really like him. I really do. He was great. And he was everything the show needed. He was all fashion. He was so into it. He was perfectionistic, but in a good way. You know, like he was the component to the show that really made it fashion. You know, that was the walk and his vibe and his experience. He really, I feel like, made the show geared more realistically in the fashion world.
Gotcha. Okay. Shout out Miss J. The next person on the list is Nole Marin.
He was fine. He's like a little Humpty Dumpty-ish. I don't really know. Nole was fine, but I guess at the time I didn't really know who he was, and I feel like he just was never He was always just like, like, I don't know. He didn't bring a lot. I'm like, what did he bring to the show? Like, he was fine, but like, who is he to judge us? I'm like, I don't know. He was fine, but I didn't get it. I still don't get No Way. He was fine, but I don't know. I feel like he didn't have a lot of personality. He didn't have anything nice to say ever. He was always like,
But wasn't he like, he was a stylist? He had done like fashion magazine editing or something?
I mean, you would know.
Wait, what does that mean?
Did he?
Hey, no. Oh, the next person on the list is Nigel Barker.
Nigel was so cute. I think we all had a crush on Nigel. He was so cute, and his little accent, and I don't know. I think we all just like kind of crushed on him. That's all.
And then Janice Dickinson.
I love Janice. Janice was good. I love Janice. She's a lot of personality. See, she's also another person that makes the show like good to watch, right? Dramatic. You never know what she's gonna say. She's outrageous. She was very nice. I feel like after the show wrapped, me and Anne went to her room. I'm like, I feel like she either gave us clothes or she really liked my sweatpants at the time, and I think I gave them to her. And we did chat with her after the show. We stayed in touch, and she was always like, if you ever need anything, like, Janice she's a little crazy. I like a little crazy. I like personality. I like real. She is, like, she's just herself, and I liked her. I thought she was good.
Last but not least, Tyra Banks.
Tyra, she was nice to me. I feel like everybody has an opinion about Tyra, and I feel like she definitely plays favorites, and if she likes you, then good. And if you're dying for her attention, which I feel like a lot of people are, and she doesn't give it to you, then you feel offended. Was she around that much? No, she really wasn't around that much. And people say, is she diva-ish? I mean, she's a supermodel. You know what I mean? Is she going to sit there and do the hard work and labor? No. But is she going to be the face of the show? Absolutely. And she was always nice to me. I was on her talk show a few times. So I never had a problem with her. I know other people have their own opinion, but I think also people have unrealistic expectations.
All right. Y'all are funny. These comments are so funny.
What are they?
ANTM Pot Leader Smash Who's Bussy is asking you, actually, yeah, can you tell us more about Eva's behavior during casting week? Was she truly that disliked by the other girls, or did editing make it seem much worse than it was?
Yes, I think people didn't like her. I think she was very flashy. I think she was trying to get cast on the show. I think, the daggers come out when you want something. I don't think she was trying to be likable. She wasn't trying to be likable, and that's everybody's own issue. You know what I mean? She was just doing herself. She was trying to get cast on the show, and whether that was her true personality or not, I think everyone's just so sensitive. Why is everyone so sensitive?
I asked that same question my damn self.
Everyone's so sensitive. She was fine. Like, did she have her sunglasses on and strut around like she was a bad bitch? Yes, she did. But she won the show. She got on the show. So I don't think she was really worried at the time about being likable. That being said, once we got into the house and we roomed up with people, like, she was very nice. And she did include me. And I really don't think it's confidence. You know what I mean? It's just she has confidence. People don't like that.
Gotcha. Okay. Same person, ANTM Pot Leader Smash Tooch Bussy is asking, have you seen any of Oliver's other lives with contestants from your cycle? That's Amanda, Kelle, and Anne. If so, did any of them say anything that surprised you or struck you as inaccurate?
I haven't, but I would love to know what the other girls think. I wonder what everyone else's perspective is.
Yes! Go check it out on the Oliver Twixt YouTube channel.
Okay.
Amanda, not our Amanda, but somebody else's Amanda is saying, super excited. My question is, when did they take their promo/cast photos, and how was that process?
When did we do those? I don't remember. I must have been like, they had to do it. They must have done it like, I'm like, I don't even remember. When did we take those? I honestly don't remember when. I don't remember. I'm like, so we, okay, so it must, so I don't know. I have no idea. We got to New York, right? We flew to New York. So after we did our LA casting, there was like, I don't know, 20 of us that went to New York. And then she had the girls who made the show. We had to pack as if we were staying. So we didn't know. So we must have done it in New York after we made the show, before our makeovers. I remember being interviewed, and it was fun. It really like gave us our 15 minutes, you know, which I wish that we could have had social media now then, because it would have made our 15 minutes a little bit longer.
Stretched it out. Yeah.
I remember it being really fun because I should have brought them in my garage. I have like all the magazines, People, and all the little tidbits that Us Weekly and everybody got to do. So all of them were there, and they all interviewed us, and it really made us feel like we were gonna do something important. Actually, I do remember we did do this in New York. And so we had to pick outfits that described us. I don't know if they even published any of those photos. Maybe they were just for like the TV, like I don't know what. But I wore those shorts and the Uggs and the tank top. And then I do remember for the photos they used like on buses and all the ads, I hated my eye makeup. It was so dark. It was so dark, and then in some of the photos, I like wasn't close enough to the other girl. Annoying.
Thank you for that. I am _Jesse_pause is saying, how does she feel about the colon cleanse? We've heard about this. How does she feel about the colon cleanse? We've heard about this deleted scene where you guys got colonics. What was your experience?
We did get them, and I will say it's very refreshing. And I continued to get them even once I got home. And too, then you just gotta clean it out sometimes. It was weird at first. You were like, I didn't know what a colonic was before. So at first we were like, excuse me, you're gonna put that where? What's happening? But I think everyone should try it. It's very cleansing.
You know, I've never had one before.
You should. It doesn't hurt. It's not painful. It's a little awkward.
Oh, girl, I ain't worried about that.
It's a little awkward, but you feel like good after.
Hey, all right. Top model suck up your chat. Nelly Orozco is asking, tell us, do you still love and obsess over Paris Hilton?
You know what I will say? I feel like obviously I'm older. Do I love and obsess over her? No. But can someone give Paris credit? Like, she has stayed like out of the media for the most part, has done a very good job of upkeeping herself. She hasn't gone like Lindsay Lohan or like Britney Spears, or like she's stayed pretty like legit. And I did love Paris at the time like so much. She was tall, she had long hair. I used to dress Little Hood Radish myself. Like, I loved her. Do I still love her that much? Obviously not. I'm older. But do I still like her? I do like her. Paris is good, and she's done well. And she, I don't think she deserves like a lot of the hate I feel like that she gets.
I think it's kind of calmed down now. I think she's kind of cool with the people now, I think.
Right. I feel like she really was. Like, what did she ever really do? Like, nothing so dramatic. Not as much as the other girls.
Definitely not as much as the other girls.
Right.
Definitely. Vlad Blossom is asking, did you have to put on braces again after they took them off? A lot of questions about your braces and whether or not at the time your teeth were actually corrected.
They were not completely finished, and yes, I did. I just did Invisalign when I got home, and I've actually done it a couple times because I'm bad about wearing my retainer. But I did get them. I just got Invisalign when I got home.
Gotcha. Hazel Hart 385 is asking, did you work for Heatherette again after the fumble?
No, but I knew about Heatherette because of Paris. Paris used to wear them all the time. They were lovely. They were so nice. Love to. Wish I could have. The fumble. You know, what are you gonna do? But I got up and I finished. Doesn't that count?
You got up and you made it fierce, Narelle. Yes, ma'am. What do you remember about that night when you felt like, were you afraid you were going to go home? What did production say? Take us back.
I was afraid I was going to go home. So when they gave me the shoes at first, I was so stoked, right? I saw them and
Did someone try? Maybe someone tried to call you and then knock the audio out. Because now I can't hear Norelle. I'm going to take you off and then bring you back on, okay? Hold on. And then we're going to bring her back on, guys. Move out of my way. Yo, turn up. Let's turn up right fast, y'all. Let's turn up. Uh-oh. Right, we bind you, Tyra. She's back.
So the fashion show, I was really excited. Before I even did the show, I said I remember telling Danilo, we were in Jamaica, and he was doing my hair, and I was like, if I just do one show, I would love it to be Heatherette. Like, what are the chances that it was going to be Heatherette? They're just a lot, you know. They were like so extra. I loved it. So they showed me the shoes though, and I was like, oh hell no. Oh hell no. They were like this high with this big hair and this big, like there's just no way. There was just no way. So when I did do a little whoopsie daisy, I tried to make the most of it. I really did. I tried to like be professional, do my little grind on the pole, keep it moving. And so I think the judges actually were happy about that. But in the moment inside, I was dying. I was dying, mortified.
Oh, but you got up and you kept on going. That's all that matters. So this is from, I believe, Hazel Hart 385 again. Hi, Narelle. My question is, how was the whole respeto conversation at the restaurant? Was it as tense as the show portrayed it?
Wait, what? What was that?
Do you remember when you guys were at the restaurant and this was Anne talking to Cassie about the brownies, and it was Anne and Eva had stabbed the brownies, and then Anne was like, well, does Tyra know about your eating disorder? And then Yaya was like, we need respect.
I think I do. I vaguely remember, but I do remember Cassie being super upset about the brownies. But none of us knew that there was an eating disorder or said eating disorder or whatever. Like nobody knew.
Wait. And I got on Ann about this in our chat. No one knew until Ann said something.
Well, I don't like, how did Ann, I don't even know how anyone knew.
We need Ann on Housewives. Wherever city Ann is in, we need Ann on Housewives. I am putting it out in the universe. Put Ann on the Housewives show.
So the whole drama was like Cassie made these, like everything she had was like low carb, low whatever, like low whatever. So she made these brownies, right? And like she left a mess in the kitchen. So the whole thing, what Anne stabbed in the brownies was like, clean your shit, which I don't think at the time it was necessarily like anyone was ragging on her for her brownie choice, but it was like, dude, clean up your shit. And if you're gonna make fucking brownies, then excuse my language, just make brownies. Low carb brownies, just make the damn brownies. But none of us did know. So if she does or did have an eating disorder, that was like not common knowledge. Like nobody really knew.
One of the most sinister things I've ever seen on TV is when Ann turned to that woman and said, "Does Tyra know about your eating? Maybe I should." You ever seen American Horror Story?
No.
Are you a fan? No.
Oh,
There's this scene.
Suspense.
What you saying?
Can't do suspense.
You
like,
can't. You know
no,
what?
so,
I can't either, but I kind of get a kick out of it. Like it's kind of like I don't know.
Show that I watch even now, like Bachelor, when I have to Google like who wins. Like I can't watch it. It gives me anxiety.
Yes, me too.
I need to know, like, I need to watch it in peace. That way I could really enjoy a show, but I need to know. Like,
there's this part, I believe it's season 2 Asylum, where where the guy comes back to kill his mother and he doesn't know she had a gun for him the whole time and just blew him up and she took care of him. That's what I equate that to when Ann said. Oh guys, Ann sent a request. And I'll bring you on towards the end so everyone can see your beautiful face. My next question is, how late were you girls to the second go-see after half of them went to go buy shoes?
I don't remember.
You don't remember? Okay.
I don't know.
Auntie and Pot Leadum Smile Switch Bussy, during your photo shoot campaign for Lee Jeans episode 4, we found out that you were proud of your boobs and had flashed them to Mr. J. Now, during his chat, he said, Narelle was trying to show me how gorgeous her boobs were, which they are. She's got gorgeous boobs, and that doesn't mean she's going to be America's Next Top Model. How did you feel when you watched that scene unfold? Are you proud of your gorgeous boobs?
I mean, anybody who knows me and has seen them, yes. They are. I mean, they're not the largest of boobs, but they look good. They do. In that lead you, like, so was I trying to show my boobs to him? No, but like we were topless. So like, did I sit up and give a little shake? I absolutely did. And I've done it many of times in my life. Honest. But they're good. So, I mean, I don't know. I feel fine with it. It's the
truth. Shout out to Robin Manning, okay? Kyle_Israel. Did anything else happen during Yaya and the hat moment at panel? Do you remember this? It kind of went viral a couple years ago when she was talking about the hat and I believe the cloth and all of that. Do you remember that moment?
I don't remember. Was it something so deep though, or something? I feel like Yaya goes so deep.
No, it wasn't even so much more of Yaya. I think it was more so, well, Yaya was she did kind of feel disrespected in that moment. And back then, there wasn't a lot of education about those types of things being culturally sensitive. Right. And so it was kind of like shunned, I think back then, like, oh, Yaya's being extra. She's trying to flex her intelligence. But now it's going viral several times on just like how her stance on not wanting to associate with something that wasn't authentic and how it was kind of looked down on. Okay,
I remember. I mean, I can't speak on that, but I feel like if she felt a certain way, Yaya's very in touch with, you know, her heritage, where she's from, and she's really proud. So I feel like if she was offended, like she's coming from a good place, and I don't think the judges. Well, here's the thing too, I will say, like, I don't think anyone's ever, I would like to believe that no one's trying to be disrespectful. And that's where sensitivity comes in, where it's like, she should be proud of her heritage and whatever, but just not be so sensitive. Like, especially in that setting. You're on America's Next Top Model. You know what I mean? You're on a reality TV show where I don't think the judges were trying to be disrespectful. Like, there's got to be a middle ground somewhere. I feel like you really can't say anything ever without offending anyone. So it just gets really tricky, you know?
Yeah.
Like, everyone's just always looking for negative when it's not always negative. I say a lot of stuff sometimes that I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just being my weird, silly, playful self where someone can really be offended. And it just gets hard because everyone just needs to lighten up a little bit. There's certain cases where, yeah, people are being assholes, but most of the time, can we like try to find the light in the world? Can we try to, like, can it be a little easier? Does everything have to be so hard and so critical and so everyone has to be so offended? It's exhausting. It's exhausting.
It is exhausting.
Can't we just laugh a little bit and just be normal? Like my one thing about being on the show is I was not self-aware. At the time, I wasn't self-aware. So how idiotic I would behave with my girlfriends is how I was on camera. Like the stuff that I would say is just how it would be with my girlfriends. Now, looking back on it, you know, I wouldn't probably behave that way in public or say half the stuff that I said, but that is who I am. I am really silly. I am playful. I am really sweet. I am really nice. But I think everyone just needs to like lighten up a little bit and not be so like, not, most people aren't out to get anyone, you know?
Yeah. Thank you for that. So next question. This is James asking, ask her, how was her experience with the Tarantula photo shoot? One of the most iconic photo shoots Top Model has ever done.
Oh my gosh, I broke out in hives, like full on. They had like, so they're like, okay, girls, it's perfectly safe. They have like a medical staff there. They're like, it's problem. We're like, why is the medical staff here? And so why is the medical staff here if it's perfectly safe? I totally broke out in hives. It was really scary. Their little legs have little hairs that like they pull on the little hairs on your face, so it's like crawling and you just feel like little, and they're like, act relaxed. I'm like, relax, there's a fucking spider on my face. I think no one enjoyed it. I don't think anyone enjoyed it, but I think we all pulled through.
Oh lordy, it's just the thought of it just creeps me out, honey. Oh my god. BC215, what's up, BC215? Can you tell us about the flight to and from Jamaica and your travel experience? This is going to lead into another question.
Well, we all flew coach. Not comfortable. The travel experience, I think it was just like a bunch of girls together, you know, how any group of girls would be. It's really fun. I don't ever remember the travel experience. I feel like, did we fly business class when we went to Japan? I think maybe we did and was more comfortable, but I mean, a flight is a flight. It was just a bunch of girls mobbing to do their thing. It was fun.
Now, the second part of his question is, was it as bad as your commute to Tokyo? Tell us about getting detained in Tokyo.
Okay, so that was scary and weird because they didn't want us to tell them that we were filming a show, I think for visa or permit reasons. So it happened so fast, and I think everybody kind of had a different story, which is, I don't even know how we got in and got to stay, because they basically said, don't tell them that we're filming a show. So we were like, oh my God, we're just visiting. I'm visiting my sister. I think all of us kind of said something a little different. So it was a little scary though, because I didn't want to get arrested or like put in jail or like lie, breaking the law. And we did have a different stylist, and she didn't get to come in at all. So she lost her opportunity on the show. We had it was a girl stylist, and she, for whatever reason, did not get to come do the rest of the show. She didn't get in to Tokyo. I don't know why, but she had to fly back home, and she didn't get her opportunity.
Oh, damn. Sorry, whoever you are.
I know.
BC215 is asking, what do you know about the epic commercial that Mr. J produced but had to be canceled due to the halt in the Japanese airport?
I have no idea.
Gotcha. No. Ryu, can she talk about her experience in the Capsule Hotel of Tokyo?
I mean, it's the weirdest thing. It is so weird. It's so strange. It's basically like a wall, right? With these little cubbies, like little coffins. Like you go in, and like there was like a spa that was really fabulous. in this hotel. The spas are incredible, but as far as sleeping is concerned, like it's literally like a little hole in the wall with a sheet. So uncomfortable. I get claustrophobic, so I was not a fan of that.
How many nights did you guys have to stay there?
I think we only stayed one.
Oh, dope. I would have gone bananas.
A hole in the wall, like a small coffin you get into, and there's a curtain. And if it was a real experience, you have strangers like below you and beside you, and you're no. Mm-mm. No, thank you.
Kimmy Rowe is asking, do you think Tyra forgetting, quote unquote, Nicole was staged?
No. I don't, like I said, you know, some of these, it sounds so bratty. It really does. It sounds so bratty and so rude, but some of them are forgettable, you know? Like it just sounds so bratty, but
Norelle said it.
it's true. Like if you didn't have something, everyone is special. I'm not saying everyone isn't special, but if you didn't have something like you're gonna be forgettable. I don't know. Maybe she did. I don't know. It's hard to say like what was staged and what wasn't staged. For me, my experience on the show, I was really worried about the editing. And I've only ever watched the show once, so I may have to rewatch and maybe I'll have a different opinion. But I feel like the editing was pretty true to size. I feel like no one really edited outside of their character.
Gotcha.
You know?
Gotcha. Okay.
What you put out there is really what they have to work with.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes, sometimes like voice clips could be from something else that they'll use in a different way. But really, I mean, I don't know. Does Tyra care that much, or does it make that much more of TV to forget someone? I don't know. Maybe she did. I have no idea.
Shout out to Melba Moore, the icon living. Melba Moore for joining the chat. I just love seeing her name pop up. Melba, I love you, girl. Here we go. More questions. Angsty_medium. I am screaming. I love Norelle. I want to know, how does she feel about the tea ceremony? She got dragged hard by the tea master. Was there anything we didn't get to see? Narelle versus Japan is one of the funniest moments ever. Girl, you did not like Japan.
I mean, I actually really like Japan, but I mean, it's just so much. I mean, seriously, it's a lot. So the tea ceremony, was it my favorite? No. I mean, it literally did take 5 minutes to open the door. Like, sit, bow, like, pull, don't pull, this hand, that hand, like, hand over hand, sit. Like, can we just have some tea? Can we, like, just sit and have some tea? I didn't realize it was so much. Like, it's such a process. And I've never been in that type of situation before, but honestly, when I was there, I was like, you've got to be joking. So when we did get to Japan, they gave us this like book of rules and laws that they have, like no chewing gum on the sidewalk and all these certain things, like no chewing gum outside. Japan is super clean. It is super beautiful. I did have a really great time, but as far as minding my P's and Q's and following suit, it was so buttoned up for me that I did have a hard time with it. Like bow, open, slide, cross, eat, sip, step. Like
yeah, like girl, what is we modeling? Are we doing the hokey pokey and electric slide? What's going on?
That was a no for me. And I still don't know how to use chopsticks. I use my fingers. I'm the one at the sushi restaurant that's like, can I have a fork? Or I'm using my bare fingers. That's just that's how it's going.
Yes, ma'am. Narelle said it took 5 minutes to open the door. Kimmy Rowe is asking, Amanda told us that the Geisha shoot was the one where y'all had to wait a few hours because Tyra had to go number 2. Do you remember this?
I don't remember, but I have heard like through the rumor mill that she has IBS. So you gotta go. I don't think it's like, I think it's not her fault. I think it's her body's way of like, it's either now or never. So I don't remember, but I have heard that she does struggle with IBS. So
why do I feel like she said this before on Top Model before, that she struggles with IBS? I
don't know. Maybe she has. I don't even know where I'm getting this information from right now, but I feel like I've read or seen or heard her say that she has IBS.
I feel like I've heard her say that too.
So maybe, and I have friends with IBS, so I do understand it is a real thing. And it's like, if you gotta go, you gotta go.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. She said it on cycle 4. I was like, okay, yeah. I was saying, I feel like I heard her say she has IBS.
Yeah. Okay, so.
All right, here we go. Kimmy Rolla say, yes. Please ask her about Eva's comments about thinking she'll be next to go home. How did she feel when Ann stuck up for her and seeing Eva and Ann fight? Girl, you was the reason why Eva and Ann divorced.
That's my girl. That's my girl.
Homewrecker. That's what they say.
Homewrecker.
I'm kidding.
I mean, it is interesting to hear everyone's opinion about like Ann and Eva. Like, so weird. But I was bummed. Like, it's sad. I felt like Ann and Eva were my 2 closest friends in the house, and there was other girls left, like Nicole. Like, why wouldn't she say, I hope Nicole does bad? Like, why me? Was I her competition? I am just not, it's not my personality type. I am like, for my girls, I'm super supportive. I never want anyone to do bad so that I can succeed. I'm never not going to support. I've had people ask me before, like, I haven't modeled as much as Ann, for instance, and they're like, are you jealous? And she's like, no, like, I'm not jealous. Like, I'm proud of her. I want that for her. I want for my friends what they want for themselves. So were my feelings hurt? Absolutely, because I felt like she was my friend. Sorry, Nicole, but wish her to go home, not me. So it did hurt my feelings. Was it that big of a deal? No. Like, and even Tyra came in and she was not on my side. She thought I was being sensitive. And I feel like I didn't even make a big deal about it. I was like, oh, that's like sucks, you know? That's cool. And Tyra was like, well, it's the real world of modeling, you know, blah, 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 blah. Well, I mean, I just care more about people and friendship. So it was, and, you know, Ann did stick up for me and we're still friends.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah, Eva. I would have been pissed at Eva too. I would have been pissed. Why did you and Eva have any like conversations about that comment?
I don't remember. And I am not one to like hold a grudge or like, I feel like I'm super forgiving to a fault, and you know, nobody's perfect. I probably forgave her in the moment. I really I never think about it. It's fine. It just was shitty at the time.
Mm-hmm.
If there's like 5 girls, 6 girls left, and like me and Anna are your closest friends, like wish someone else to go home, like Amanda or like Yaya or Nicole, like not your closest friend.
Mm-hmm.
But that's
Gotcha. We're almost done, girl. We're almost done. How'd you feel about being in the bottom with Ann? And did you think you actually were gonna go home?
No, I mean, she's the last person I would want to be in the bottom with. You know, I don't want it to be her or I want it to be both of us. And they were like, you know, Ann was prettier in person. I was prettier in pictures. It was not an ideal situation. But obviously, like, I want Ann to move forward. I never had any weird feelings about going up against Ann. Like, she's beautiful, deserving. I was beautiful, I was deserving, just their preference. But it's not fun to like, it's one of the two, you know, like and both of us in the top 3 with Eva, and then that would have been ideal situation, but she went home the next week, so bye.
Boom! Was there anything you remember being filmed that you wish would have been shown on television?
I don't know. I feel like it was all there. I can't think of a particular scene or moment. There are some moments that I wish were not on television, like me eating at McDonald's a burger and fries and nuggets in a bed.
Mm-hmm.
That was not cute. But I don't know. I feel like I definitely probably should rewatch the show to see what I think.
I know, it's totally fine. I feel
like it was all there. Like when I watched it, I remember being like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Did you do anything fun in Japan when you got eliminated?
No, I was crying. I was so sad.
Mhm.
We did get, so when you did get eliminated, we did have free time. There was like people there to walk us around. I didn't do anything like super fun. I really wanted to go to Tokyo Disney, which we didn't have time for. We just went shopping, cruised around. Oh, hey, girl!
Just over here working.
Hi.
Did you do Top Model After Dark with us? I can't remember.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Hi, Anne.
Guys, Narelle's the best.
How are you, girl?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, okay, I can't complain.
I wish I had been in Miami when you messaged me.
Yeah, girl. First of all, it was so humid down there, and I'm a native Floridian. I was like, I don't remember it being this fucking sweaty.
It is sweaty.
It's gross. I love this.
It's so good to see you guys. It's so nice to see you guys.
Yeah.
Talk literally every single day.
She told her, I was like, I'm so nervous. And she's like, just do it.
I'm like, perfect. This is perfect. You're perfectly you. I want to like yell at everyone that's commenting on.
Why? What are they saying?
They're just saying like hater shit that you're like.
And you know, I want to say this.
What are they saying?
And give me 2 seconds. Norelle, give me 2 seconds. I'll be the bad guy. Listen, this shit is not no fucking court. This is not the police department. This is not God's kingdom. This is not Buddhist's thumb. This is not none of this shit. This is a fun time for us to talk about Top Model. If you got a fucking problem, turn off my goddamn live, put on your goddamn shoes, and handle it your goddamn self.
And the other thing is, this is fucking 17 years ago. Like, I said to Narelle last night, I'm like, Oliver was like asking me shit that I don't even, like, I was like, what? Who lives where and what? I don't even remember. I have fucking 3 kids. I don't remember what happened yesterday. So a lot of the shit that you're asking and people are getting butthurt about, I'm like, we don't really remember. I really don't think I said.
But what are they saying?
And I will say this. I'll say it for both of you guys. They don't remember, guys, and slightly, highly politely, they don't give a fuck.
See, that's the thing though, is that everyone's too sensitive. I was like nervous to come on here because everyone is so sensitive.
We love, like, listen, like, that's the thing. I just feel like it becomes like digresses. It's like, isn't that the play? We're talking about fucking cheesy ass reality TV. Like, I love Black people. I've dated a bunch. I had a guy after my live that was like trying to hit me up, Oliver. I was like, fuck you.
Yeah, no, he DM'd me. He was like, she's not answering back to me. I was like, listen, that's between you and her. I don't got shit to do with that. I'm trying to work out my own dick and salvation, okay?
A trash can in my DMs. I was like.
And is there anything you've heard today that you want to speak on from hearing your friends share her experiences on Top Model?
No, just like, I feel like she said stuff like there's stuff that we just didn't like. It was production. Like a lot of the shit, the beauty of reality TV, it makes it look like we're doing it. And like, we were blind to half of the stuff that was going on. Like, I didn't know. I mean, I knew Tyra was shitting. I don't know why I know that she was taking a shit when I don't know why I know that.
Well, I don't know. I think reality TV is different now. I feel like we were like unscripted. So it was like,
we had no clue. We didn't get to see it and be like, oh yeah, The Bachelorette is like completely fucking organized. We literally like, this is real life. Like, we thought we were being detained in Tokyo. We didn't know. That was as real as it got. We were being detained by like the Japanese fucking government, and it wasn't the show. Our parents didn't even know where we were. We're like 18-year-old kids they thinking that we're prostitutes trying to get into Tokyo, and didn't they? And we're smoking cigarettes in fucking, no, I wasn't, but because we're nervous as hell. We didn't know, a lot of it back then was like, they didn't tell us anything. I don't know what it's like now, but.
Well, I think too, we had no frame of reference. I feel like the seasons to come, they kind of know what's expected. Like, we were season 3. I didn't even see the show before I did it. We have no reference. We don't know what the hell we're walking into.
Yeah. No, of course. And like some of the stuff, it's like they would feed us with like what they wanted us to like. Yeah. Phrase their questions in our interviews. They like phrase the question in how they would ask us, and they would be like, you have to repeat this in your answer. So they're giving us their thought and we're repeating their thought in the form of an answer. But then they're like, Anne's a fucking lesbian. I'm like, no, girl, I'm not a lesbian.
Oh,
I don't love Eva like that.
Girl, that's still one of their tactics. They still do that to this day. They still do that.
First, so like, but that's the thing is like, whatever. So like, that's what I would speak on is just like, this was, you know, it's just, I don't know, it's supposed to be fun, like you said. And I think Narelle gorge.
Now, Narelle, Anne sent you home. and sent you home. Tell us what happened. Like, what did Narelle do after Top Model? I've read some things that, you know, you did some modeling overseas, but tell us what you've been doing, girl. Where you been?
I have 3 kids also. Me and Anne have the same. We both have a girl, and then we have twin boys, both of us. So I went from Top Model to Housewives of Orange County. I'm in it, PTA and all.
She's like the hottest, her tits, and that's it, her tits, hottest PTA mom ever. Right.
Okay, yes. Yeah. Agreed, even after the babes. I did model some. I went to Hong Kong and I modeled around LA a little bit. The industry is hard. I feel like for me, it's hard to be called like fat or, you know, like 5'11", 118 pounds. Like where is it going? Like, where's the fat? Like, where is the fat coming off? What do you want from me? I feel like if you grow up in that industry too, and you're more accustomed to it, then criticism is you're less affected by it because it's all you've ever known. For me, I have no modeling experience whatsoever, and to be criticized so harshly, it definitely played a role. It did affect my self-esteem. I think it still has to this day. Maybe why I haven't rewatched Top Model, because I went from feeling like hot shit to someone telling me like, you're actually not hot shit. You need to, you know, fix a few things. You know? So I did model a little bit. I still will even now if it's the right opportunity. But yeah, I'm a mom of 3. So, I mean, I've always wanted to be a mom. That's always where my focus has always been. So married, 3 babies, and one of them wants to go. Holiday! She wants my daughter wants to be famous, so she's gonna come. Come here, honey.
Come on, Holiday.
Oh, she's on so cute.
She's on her way to junior guard, so come on, honey.
Super mom.
Come on. The better, prettier, funnier, cooler version of myself.
Hi, Holiday.
Hi.
Hi, Holiday.
Hi.
Holiday, you have 200 people looking at you right now. What do you have to say to them?
Oh.
Oh, you're so cute. Do you know your mom is like an icon? So many people love her all around the world.
She doesn't think so. So my husband and my children have never watched the show. They have no idea. I've never let them watch it.
My ex-husband never watched it either.
Go put your sunscreen on.
So,
Back as brownies. It's kind of embarrassing. I wore Crocs. Like, did we ever talk? Girl and I talked about this last night.
Well, I told Anne, like, girl, like, don't wear your Crocs and your bandana. Like,
I was like,
but Crocs are having a moment right now. You were ahead of your time.
mm-hmm.
I know, but it was like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, Narelle, I know you told us you have an hour with us. We're about at that time, so I don't want to hold you. I have 2 more questions to ask you. One, you now being, what are we in 2021? That was what, 16, 17 years ago now, maybe?
Yes.
Something like that? How does Narelle now talk to the younger Narelle back then, if she could? If you could say anything to her at that time, what would you say?
No, I guess it would be just to not let anybody dull my sparkle. I feel like I have let some of the negative comments and opinions of myself, I feel like I've lost some of my self-esteem. I feel like words have hurt my feelings more than they should have. And I'm just myself, and that has to be good enough. So
it is good to know.
Can't please everyone. Not everyone is going to think I'm pretty. Not everyone is going to think I'm nice. Not everyone's going to think I'm real. But the truth is that I can only be myself. And I wish I would have always held on to that instead of being, you know, social media and reality TV was new, you know? So before the show, I just thought I was like hot shit. I thought I was just like living my best life until, you know, it was the pathway into where we are now. And I feel like I've let things affect me a little bit too much. The criticism, the hate, the expectation, feeling like I always have to look a certain way, be a certain way. And I would probably just tell myself to just, you know, just like what I tell my daughter is just like, you can't please everyone. You're never going to please anyone. If you are good with yourself, then you're good, period. And I don't need a million people to like me. I just need like a few. So
that is amazing advice.
Would have said. So any of the other girls out there, it's like, you know, you just can't make everyone happy.
That's amazing advice. And I really hope you guys out there really took that in. That's amazing advice. You really have to know who you are, because this can be a lot if you allow it to be a lot.
Myself. So like I can't be anything else. And yes, I say shit. Yes, I do dumb things. And yes, I'm a lot of things, but that's just who I am. And some people are not going to like it, and that's fine. They don't have to.
Surely don't. If you got a problem, send them my way, okay? Yeah. Listen, Norelle, my last question for you is, if you were standing before, well, actually, no, because they're going to kill me. Were you asked to do All-Stars?
No. You know what? I did get a call for All-Stars. I did. And I don't know what happened with that, but I did get a call, and they called me, but then they never called back. So I don't know if they got someone better or someone different, but I did get a call to do All-Stars.
Would you have done it?
I would have done it. I'll do it now.
Oh! Really?
I'll do it now.
And hopefully Anna do it too, and they'll put you guys back in the bottom, and this time you can send that bitch home.
Like 9 o'clock, it'd be boring as fuck. I'd be like,
we're like so old. They don't have like top model grannies, top grannies.
You never know. Everybody's making a comeback right now. You never know. Tyra may roll over and be like, bring back my girl.
Well, maybe you would want us to come like help.
Cycle 3, to be honest.
Well, maybe we could come like be guests on a season and, you know,
is this like completely ignorant? Like the show's still on? No, I don't have any idea.
No, and the show is not still on.
Thank God.
Okay, Ann, I'm about to kick you off. I love you, Ann.
Girl, I love you. Call me when you're done. I gotta go to my daughter's elementary school.
Love you. Bye. Love you. Bye.
Love you, Ann.
We do. We talk. We talk every day.
Norelle, thank you so much for doing this with me and for my friends out here. You are loved, girl. The people are so excited to see you doing this, and I know when I upload it to YouTube later, they're going to be even more excited. Is there anything you want to say before you go?
No, but what are the people saying? Ann said they're saying mean stuff. What are they saying?
Oh, girl, I don't know. All I've been seeing is love and love and love. Let me tell you something, Miss Norelle. I don't really get into the mean things a lot, only because that's what listen, check this out. There's a whole bunch of bitches on this earth I do not like. And I don't. And if I ever got a mic and they said Oliver talk about them, I would probably have a lot of things to say, but I don't subscribe to their content. I don't follow them. I don't know what they're doing. I don't write nasty things in their posts. I'm too busy doing other positive things in my life that mean something. Right. I think you have to be a clinically insane person with a lot of worms, mutant worms that are black, green, and gold crawling in your brain that gives you the gumption to go somewhere, a place you don't like, and stay there and consume the content. Something is wrong with your lungs, organs. Something has to be wrong. So I just don't pay them attention.
Me neither.
And like you said earlier, I think what you said is amazing, amazing advice. You have to know who you are, and you can't allow what people do and say affect you. If you already know who you are, surround yourself by the people who love you and fuck everybody else. Yeah.
Right, totally. What do I have to say? I have to say thanks for having me. I got to relive my glory days, and I'm still exactly the same. I still say weird shit. Still weird. I don't know. I'm still the same. I'm just doing my thing over here.
Yes. Well, you did an amazing job. A
Thank
lot of love in the chat. Lots of love in the chat. Everyone was so excited and grateful. I'm reading it. Grateful that you did this. Let's stay in contact. Maybe one day you, me, and Ed can get together and have a good old time.
Do it.
Have a good old time, Norelle. You have an amazing day. Have an amazing day. And thank you again.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Oh, wait. Don't go. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
If you were standing before Tyra Banks right now, what would you say?
I don't know. I don't have any like mean things to say. She gave me an opportunity, so I would probably tell her thank you. Thank you for giving me a chance. You know, it did give me something special. I'm always going to experience. Like, Anne is one of my best friends. She's like my treasure from the show. She is my little mistake. I would have never been friends with her if the show didn't happen. And for me, it wasn't a negative experience. I had a great experience. It was fun and weird and challenging, and I feel like, you know, I've gotten things out of it. So I would probably just thank her for giving me an opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Yay! Everyone send Norelle love, hugs, kisses, claps, all the things we do as she leaves from giving us an amazing Cycle 3 chat on America's Next Top Model.
Okay.
Bye, Norelle.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.
Now let me get y'all together right fast. Listen, y'all know I've always told y'all it's never my job. It is never my job to police an adult, okay? I am a fan living out my fan dreams. Narelle didn't say nothing wrong, okay? I didn't feel like she said anything disrespectful. Y'all know I would have spoken up and said something. There's one thing, y'all, come on, y'all. Everybody has an opinion. I don't think her opinion was rude. I don't think it was disrespectful. It acknowledged all the opinions, all the thoughts, all the different viewpoints, and she just had an opinion on what she believed to be her truth. You guys have an opinion on what you believe is your truth. Everybody has an opinion on what they believe their truth is, as long as it's done in a respectful way. And Mama was not disrespectful at all. So, to all of you guys out there, just, hey. Anyways, this video will be uploaded to the Oliver Twixt YouTube channel, where you can watch this chat. And was Norelle number 97? Was it 97? It was 97. Yes, 97. There's 96 other ANTM chats where you guys can sink your teeth into. I love you guys so much. Please go out there, be positive, be productive members of society. Go get a colonic today, okay? Go get your ass cleaned out. Go have a drink. Whatever it is. I love you guys. Be sure to pray, Kegel, and cackle, bitch. Bye, y'all. I love you guys.